Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today's Patreon day, and it is the free Patreon episode, the first free Patreon episode of 2025. My goodness, it's crazy to think that we are in the year of 2025, and it just seemed like the craziness of the year of 2024 is finally over, and we're into the new year. This is our first one, and I'm excited. It's funny because I thought Thursday's episode, actually no. Yeah, yesterday's episode was the first episode of 2025. That was the Haunting Adeline episode. So if you guys enjoyed that one. But yeah, this is the first free Patreon episode for 2025. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I will keep adding to the free Patreon playlist, so that will continue to be updated. I won't do like a separate playlist or anything like that. We'll just continue to add to that playlist for the free Patreon episodes. That way, if you guys want to go back and look at the other ones from last year, you guys can do that. And so, without further ado, though, let's get into today's thread. Today's thread is a bit of an interesting one. It is, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? So let's see what weird-ass shit your exes were doing. It might be the reason why they're exes, let's be real. All right, a girl I briefly dated wanted to wear a diaper out to a bar and then her piss in it while she flirted with another guy, and then I walk up and as if she pissed herself again.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So she wanted to wear a diaper, she wanted to pee herself, and then she wanted to go flirt with another guy and then have you come up and be like, did you pee yourself again? What the what? That's weird. That is weird. I guarantee you he was down the first time. He was just like, you know what? That's kind of hot. You know, I'm actually down for that. I guarantee you. And then, like, when she wanted to keep doing it a couple more times, he was like, all right, wait, hold on. This is actually a little weird. I guarantee you, man. He was probably just like, yeah, you know what? This is pretty hot. I like this. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right. Tickling. That was foreplay. I'd tickle her to the point where she was crying / about to pee herself, and then she'd make me go down on her. Not a problem, honestly, just odd. That's weird to think that tickling is foreplay, though. That's kind of crazy. I would have never put that correlation together, if I'm being honest with you. I guess so. Maybe. And that one's not like too crazy weird, but I could see how it could be, you know, a little different. So I used to, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? So I used to work on Comp USA, and my store had a ton of Russian immigrants as customers. As a result, I built up a really hammy Russian accent just to say, boss, you give me deal, or I go to Circuit City. So I started dating a woman, and I have got some congestion in my chest. So when I'm telling her the story about all the Russians, she starts getting kind of worked up. Turns out a gravelly, deep Russian accent did it for her. Oh, shit. So we established a completely insane roleplay experience. What I would be Yuri, the KGB's top interrogator, and she was in a captured American spy. So we would spend hours establishing timelines and events, and what would lead up to tonight's depravity which was usually rough BDSM with me yelling in a Russian accent, but with lots of weird Cold War context. Yes, we established period piece roleplay. I mean, okay, sure. I mean, you don't have to go that far into the bit, but I mean, I guess it would make it hotter the more immersive it is. You know what I mean? She's just like, oh yeah, no, the more immersive, the hotter. Yes. Oh man, we need like actual dates and times and people and places. Like, yo, all right. All right, hey, some dudes are just down for anything, I guess. Hey, shit. All right, what's the weirdest? What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? She liked to fuck with both of us, only wearing leather jackets. She'd grab my lapels and inhale the leather smell deeply when she came. It was weird, but it was kind of hot too. Never bothered asking why. Didn't want to ruin the magic. She was a lot of fun. Wearing a leather jacket while doing it probably had to be like the most difficult thing ever. Because a leather jacket, for one, is heavy, and then two, a leather jacket is kind of like warm. Like you putting in all that work in a leather jacket, man, I'd be sweating through that motherfucking thing like crazy. I'm like, bro. And then is she wearing a leather jacket too? Well, he did say us both wearing yeah, he said both of us only wearing leather jackets. Why would she be wearing a leather jacket? What would she need to wear a leather jacket for? I get it why he's wearing it, so that way I guess she could like smell the leather or something like that. But then again, it's like you don't even have to be wearing the jacket. You could just have the jacket next to you or something if it's just the smell of the jacket. I don't know. Maybe I'm insane and there's some aphrodisiac to leather jackets. I have no idea. I have no idea. That's something else. That's a strange one. All right. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? Jerking me off as I read smut to her. I wouldn't be bad at that one. You know what I mean? She's probably watching the Haunting Adeline episodes, just jerking her man off. You never know, man. Hey. Those smut book women, they're something else. Those chicks are a different breed. You know what I mean? Those chicks are a different breed. I know because I used to date one. And they'll come to you with some shit in the book and they're like, do this. And you're like, huh? I'll try, but I don't know. Because some of the shit they be doing in the book, you're like, all right, bro, come on, man. I don't know about that one. It's a little wild. Most of it is not too bad, but there's some stuff in the book, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it, but there's some stuff in the book. It's like, all right, come on, man. Like, like they want to be branded and shit. You're like, whoa, hold up. I'm telling you, the smut books get crazy. I'm just saying. All right, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? I thought my ex wanted to include chocolate yogurt in our intimate life was weird, but then I read the comments here and that seems kind of silly now. So did he just want to like spread chocolate yogurt on your body and then just like lick it off? Because I mean, I would think that's sexy as hell. I'm like, hell yeah. I've done that before. I've done that with, just with whipped cream. I've only done it with that. I've never done it with like yogurt or anything else. And she was too afraid to put anything else, there. So I was just like, that's fine. But I'd be down for some yogurt. I'd be like, hell yeah. I'd be dumping that yogurt on her. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. Shit. All right. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? There's a lot of girls. What? Do dudes not have weird fetishes or something? I feel like dudes have been the normalest ones here. I'm like, I was expecting a lot of dudes to be wanting to do some weird shit. I really was. I was expecting a lot of dudes. It's a lot of girls. I mean, the yogurt one was the guy, obviously. That was probably one guy. But, I mean, that wasn't as weird as a lot of the stuff these girls want to do. All right, let's see. All right, she liked to sit on my face, full weight, and beat me off as I struggled to breathe and to watch me shoot my load all over the place like a volcano as I wiggle around trying to get air. I mean, that one sounds like just an immaculate way to die. Like, I'm down, suffocated by cooch. I'd love to get to the gates of heaven. They're just like, uh, uh, my man, get in there. You know what I mean? Oh man, because it's just like you died like a fucking G. Why wouldn't I let you into heaven? And then I'd be kind of like, cause of death. Okay, yeah. You was having fun down there. We might get you in the reincarnation program because you had some you had a couple more years on you. Get in there, champ. Oh man. Alright, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? She got on top of me and started riding, then started peeing. No warning, no permission, just piss all over the bed. And I still finished this nigga, bro. He said, I still finished. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's no way I could. I don't know. It's because, it's always one of those things where, like, when you like look at things objectively, you're like, no, I wouldn't do that. Never. But then when you're in the moment and like shit's hot and heavy and it's, you're just in it, you're like, fuck it. Let's do it. I'm down. You know what I mean? Because you're in the moment. You don't want to ruin the moment and you don't want to stop. So you're already just like, fuck it. Why not? And so, yeah, I don't know. I might be down. You know what I mean? And hey, you never know. You never know until you're like in the moment, All right. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? I had an ex that had a thing for velour. We stayed in a nice hotel for a holiday, and the first thing he did when we got to the room was strip off and fuck the velour blankets. Okay. That's scary. That was an eye-opener for me. The other one he had was he'd time his release for when his mother would walk into the room to wake him up in the morning. I don't know why he confessed that to me, though. Unfortunately, I'm now with the love of my life, and we're kink compatible. What in the hell? So my man would beat his meat and wait for his mom to walk to the door, then he would nut. Like, what? Why would you be in a relationship with this guy? What are you doing? If I'm being honest with you, why are you in a relationship with this guy? Like, this guy sounds like a bona fide weirdo. And then you guys get into this nice hotel and he's fucking the curtains and not you? Like, what? Come on, man. What are we doing here? I thought maybe he just wrapped himself in it, and he just liked the feel of it. And then but maybe he does like the feel of it. He just likes the feel of it on his penis. I don't know. I think that is just weird as hell. Like, bro, what are you doing? Okay. All right. God damn. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? My ex wanted to, and I quote, cut you and make your pretty porcelain skin bleed. Oh my God. What? Looking back, I'm like 80% sure she's a legitimate psychopath, but I looked past the crazy for a long time. All right. That is, that's scary. That is a psychopath woman right there. I'd be like, no, thank you. I'm okay. I like my blood on the inside, please. Like, nah, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind the whole, like, nails digging into my skin or, like, you want to rake or whatever. Like, that's cool. That's fine. It is what it is. That's hot. But if you trying to, like, make me bleed or nothing, nah, come on, man. You can do the whole, like, biting the lip or earlobe or whatever. Like, cool, down with that. But again, You're not making me bleed. That's not cool. No. That's too far. That's too far, man. That's just goddamn. And then the fact that you want cutlery in the bed, that's too much. That's too much, homegirl. Come on now. All right, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? Not the weirdest thing, but kind of funny story. Was dating a girl after graduating college. We had the kink talk, and she was like, my favorite thing is when the guy I'm with thinks other girls are hot, but he's only allowed to fuck me. And I remember thinking, like, isn't that just monogamy? Yeah, that is. It's just monogamy with extra steps, I guess. I was so confused, but didn't say anything. Just basically went, okay, sounds fun. Fast forward to that weekend, and she introduces me to her girlfriends at this party we were at. Later that night, we were doing it, and she starts dirty talking about all of them. Like, did you think Ashley was hot? Do you want to fuck Heather? Tell me what you want to do to Lindsay. Oh, I see what it is. Okay. All right. So she wants you to kind of just like pretend like you're smashing somebody else while you're smashing her kind of deal. Okay, that kink makes sense. It is monogamy with extra steps though, because it's like now she was maybe like cosplaying or dressing up as somebody else, then I could see this fetish kind of working, you know, because dudes are very visual. We gotta be able to see it, you know. That's the appeal of having sex with a girl that is not our girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's the appeal of variety, is that we can see, you know, it's a different girl. So that's kind of like why that really wouldn't work for a dude. You know what I mean? I would just find that to kind of be weird. I mean, again, like if she did a whole cosplay style deal, then okay, I could probably see it. Then it would kind of be better. But, you know, just up here, nah. All right. Yeah. Apparently they broke up and she's married now. All right. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes has? She wanted me to kill her during her orgasm, so I'd threaten her during it and her mind would implode. She told me that she had never had such a good orgasm. She had some issues, but was a really nice person with a lot of self-hatred. So she pretty much just like, oh, hold the knife up to me while I bust nut. That's okay. All right. Some old masochist shit. Like, it's, you know, hey, what the fuck? That's just pretty much like the bleed girl. You know what I mean? Like, she wants to just cut you up. Like, I'm telling you, cutlery in the bed, they ain't happening, man. That's not happening. We ain't doing cutlery in the bed. That's just, nah. No. I'm good on that. You're crazy. All right, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? Dated a woman in college who was very studious, like 4.0 GPA overachiever and pretty neurotic about homework. She would want to study flashcards mid-coitus as a method to remember the material better. It went both ways with studying, but she was the one who suggested it, and we mostly did it for her courses, biology and math. That's crazy. What the... If I'm doing it, I'm not focused on anything else but doing. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know. I'm gonna try to think about like baseball and stuff, and you know what? That might actually be a hack to last longer. You know, hold up, wait a minute, hold on. I'm thinking this might be the meta. There might not be a lot of girls that'll be into it. You know, obviously I'm just, you know, going to Pound Town and I pull out some flashcards, you know, they might not be into that, but I mean, I'll last longer, you know? So, I mean, it's a win-win, right? You know, I mean, yeah, ladies, let me know. What's up? You down with some flashcards while getting humped, you know? It's I don't know where he'd keep them, but yeah, I mean, you figure it out, you know. It's just like, hold on, before I put it in, let me grab my flashcards really quick. He sets them down on the bed. You know, he's going to town. He's like, oh, wait, hold on. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Whoo! Pangea. What is that? You know what I mean? Hey, whatever helps you. You know, we already think about baseball and other bullshit to last longer. Why not this? You know? Why not? Just saying, man. Just saying. All right, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? Crying. I know tears/crying is a real fetish. Is it? Oh. Okay. Don't get me wrong, and to be honest, I understand to an extent in the right scenario. I can get why seeing mascara running or something can be a turn on, I guess. Oh, okay. I guess that. I mean, I always thought that was just, is that crying? I always thought that was just like, you know, watery eyes, because, you know, she's getting face fucked, like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But once it became something outside of sex, that's when it got really weird. He'd start bad arguments and once confessed afterwards that he likes making me cry. Once he started trying to get intimate immediately after making me cry, was when I realized maybe something is wrong in the head with him. I guess so, because I don't. Now I understand it. Like, why would that turn you on outside of sex? Like, okay, I understand if, you know, again, it's like if you're face fucking or whatever, and she, you know, her senses are going crazy and she's tearing up or whatever. It's like, okay, cool, I could see that. You know what I mean? Some dudes like that or whatever, but if he's just starting arguments to make you cry and then he's just like, oh my God, you're just so hot. It's like, what? Huh? I've never heard of that. That is surprising to me. You know, and it don't seem like the girlies are down with it. You know, like, what? Okay. All right, moving on then. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? She liked to be cut by me while she was tied up and gagged. That's crazy. Cutting is crazy. I did the whole cutting thing 3 times before I said, this is just way too fucked up. I don't kink shame, but if she ever gets mad at me and the cops are going to have a field day, facts. Told her I wasn't completely comfortable with the relationship anymore and moved on. I eventually heard she was pissed at me and spread some rumors that she didn't want to do it, and I made her. But I had her text where she was begging me to, and I was saying no. Yeah, with her, you got to keep some receipts, because that type of shit is scary. The whole, like, you know, cutting and choking and doing all that. Yeah, nah, man. You got to keep some receipts of consent to that shit. Like, you ain't about to pull that shit on me. Talking about, oh, he wanted me to do it and he did it without my consent. And no. And some of you ladies just be getting crazy for no reason. You know, you got to protect yourself. Like, shit. That's crazy. She tried to get you. All right, what is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? Balloons. He couldn't do anything without balloons involved. Okay. What do you mean by he couldn't do anything without balloons involved? Are you talking about this nigga carried a balloon everywhere he went and everything he did had a balloon? That's crazy. How does someone like that get a girlfriend? Come on, man. Come on. What? You're telling me that a dude who needs a balloon everywhere he goes can get a girlfriend? Oh, come on, man. Oh, that's ridiculous. I would love to know how long you guys were dating. You know what I mean? I'd love to know how long you guys were dating, because that's just wild. I mean, we haven't even gotten to the, you know, kink part of it yet. All right. He was also a serial cheater and incredibly manipulative. And nigga. All right, man. This dude must have been just like a weird Chad. There's no fucking way, man. This dude must have just been a weird Chad. Like he's just hella good looking, but then you kind of get to know the dude and you're like, he's kind of mad weird. You know, he was definitely one of those guys. And I think that's how he just got mad puss over here, just carrying a balloon around everywhere he goes. Like, come on. What the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. Somehow he not only managed to cheat for years with several women, but with balloons involved. When I left after finding out about his cheating, he cried and said one of his affair partners had gotten mad and said something along the lines of, "I hate balloon sex," and it hurt him deeply. That's okay. This is how he incorporates the balloon into I guess just anything. Having the other person blow it up during until it popped, or popping it in their face. The lady that told me about their affair after she found out about me told me she left him because she started developing tinnitus from it. So what dude would do is he would give her a balloon and he would just be like, as I'm fucking you, you're going to blow this balloon up until it pops. Or he would get a balloon and then he would just, bow, and he would just pop it in her face. I mean, I guess the initial shock of the popping of the balloon would, I guess, make it tighter down there or something. And I think that's what he was going for. You know, the logistics kind of making sense, but I mean, you didn't have to pop. Well, I guess you would have to pop it in their face because, you know, you pop it like away from them and they're not going to get as scared. But if it pops in their face, then it's a lot more scary because it's like right there. And man, okay. All right. God damn it, man. You know, maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's, you know, maybe I got to be a weird balloon guy. You know what I mean? Unlock the meta to getting women in 2025, man. You got to get into a balloon popping fetish, brother. That's the meta. That's what it is nowadays. Oh, man. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? One of my exes had this very special fetish where they got super into the idea of role play as rival real estate agents fighting over the same listing. Like, we'd argue over square footage and neighborhood comps. And somehow that turned into, well, you know, let's just say I'll never look at an open house the same way again. Okay. Pretty much just like the KGB Cold War guy. You know what I mean? You guys would just get way too deep into it. All right. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? I've never told this story to anyone to respect her privacy, but y'all can hear it. Cool, man. Appreciate it. Many years ago, my coworker had just gotten out of a 7-year relationship. We fucked almost every day for 3 months straight after. The first month was cool, but after that, she would accidentally go too far down and vomit all over me. My legs in the bed. Okay, now the first few times I felt terrible and tried to avoid getting fellaced, but as we went out to eat or cooked at home, I'd noticed that she would eat her food in as few bites as possible. Then admire her glorious unbitten chunks after she spewed them on my bed. Oh my God. That's disgusting. She was hot as fuck and I was young, so I tolerated for as long as I could. Eventually, she got so drunk one night that she puked in the toilet and got a raging hard-on from the sounds. Oh, and I got a raging hard-on from the sounds. Oh, God. I had to put a stop to it after that. It's been quite a few years, and I see on Facebook that she's married now. For that man's sake, I hope he's saving a fortune on Ren cycles at the laundry detergent and he's just using puppy pads. Wow. Okay. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't get some people's obsession with puke. Like when throwing up used to be the funny thing on, YouTube and videos and stuff like that. I could never understand that. I'm the type of person where I see somebody throw up, I throw up. There's no way I can just be like, oh, that's funny, you threw up. No, that makes me sick to my stomach. Oh my God, no, dude, that's terrible. I ain't gonna lie to you, after like 2 times of that, because don't get me wrong, I would be like him the first time it happens. Oh shit, accident, my bad. Oh God, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I thought you didn't have a gag reflex. That's why you were going so deep or whatever. Cool, but after the second time, I'm like, all right, man, what is going on here? And then if she's doing it on purpose, it's like, okay, bitch, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm tired of this. This is nasty. Just cleaning that up with, oh my God. And then the fact that he got so used to it that when he heard her throwing up, he was just like, oh yeah, that's hot. My dick is hard. Like, no. I guarantee you, she could have been like hovering over the toilet throwing up, and she would let you fuck her while she's throwing up. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. There are people like that. Damn. Okay. Hey, I mean, do your thing. I can see why how was somebody in a relationship for 7 years with her? Oh my God. Either that or she maybe developed that like after the 7-year relationship. She might have realized like, oh, I need to do something crazy to keep a man around or something. I don't fucking know. All right, hey, it is what it is. What is the weirdest fetish one of your exes had? She wanted me to dress her up as a pony and trot her around in the front of crowded places. She also would dress up as a Nazi and suck my dick while I choked and slapped her and told her how much of a piece of shit she was for being a Nazi. She wasn't racist, nor was she a horse. All right. Hey, I mean, cool. Some people just, oh man. Now look, the Nazi thing, whatever. All right, to some degree that could be hot. You know what I mean? If you ever seen pictures, of Hitler's girl Ava Braun, she was fine as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can look up some pictures of Ava Braun. Swear to God, you'd be like, oh damn, okay, shit, I'd go back to 1944 and smack that. And, shit, I'm just saying. Because I know I would. In time machine, I'd go straight to, I'd be like, what's up, baby? You know what I mean? That nigga ain't got to know. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, what's up, Ava Braun? But, I digress. The horse thing is weird. Okay? The horse thing, that's mad weird. I don't know if I would have secondhand embarrassment. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, yeah, she's doing the horse thing, but I'm the one, trotting her around. Like, this is real. Like, I don't know about that. That's like that one video of that dude who's like dating a girl and like she thinks she's a dog. You know what I mean? And like that's his girlfriend, but she wants to be treated like a dog. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Then there's like some chicks that want to be treated like babies. They want to be like infants and stuff. Man, the world is a wild, sick place, man. God damn. But that's going to go ahead and be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. That thread was a little wild, if I'm being honest with you. Woo! Did not think it was going to get that wild, but boy, was I wrong. That thread was wild as shit. God damn. But hey, that was that thread. Hope you guys enjoy that. If you had an ex that had some weird kink or fetish or whatever you want to throw out in there, definitely put it down in the comments. Appreciate it. Love it all. If you love crazy, wacky ass threads like this that we don't normally do on the Tuesday, Sunday shows, get on that Patreon. Patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. Get that exclusive episode every single Friday. So not only are you going to get the free episodes, but you're also going to get an episode every single Friday. All right? Get on there, man. Be a part of the threads, and also send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesdays and Sunday shows. Audio listeners, I know you're listening. So get on download the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars. Helps out a lot, and I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown already. If you haven't rated 5 stars, I know who you are. I've seen you. I'm watching you. You better get in there. It's two buttons. All right, rate that shit, man. Rate that shit 5 stars. Appreciate you. Love you. If you want to, and guess what? It's free. It's free to do that shit, man. It's absolutely free. And if it's for free, then it's for me. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as the YouTubes. And, I don't know how long TikTok is going to be around. I really don't. Some people are saying like, oh, it's going to stay around because, it might get bought out by somebody. And then some people are saying it's going to go away like January 19th. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. I don't like to get into that space and, the political talk and all that crap. But I have been hearing some things about TikTok. So I don't know if we'll have TikTok for any longer. I don't know. But if TikTok does, vanish and go away or whatever, all my content will still be on Instagram. So you can always go there and still check out, the shorts and clips and all that kind of stuff and keep up with whatever we're doing on the show. So either that or get on Patreon. And that's definitely a place to do to keep up with everything as well. But without further ado, though, let's go ahead and get into today's scenarios. And boy, do we got some juicy ones. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love it. Okay, our first one. Am I the asshole for having second thoughts about marrying my fiance after a drunk commitment? Not sure why I'm even here. Guess I'm still trying to process what my 27 male fiance drunkenly admitted to me, 30 female, last night. For context, my fiance, who we'll refer to as Alex, and I have been together for a just under 2 years and got engaged in December. Everything has been a blast since that day we met, and we keep surprising each other with just how awesome of a couple we can be. Last night, we had a special date night for New Year's planned where we dressed up like bowlers from the 1970s and bowled our asses off for a few frames until we finally decided on a winner. During the 5 games, we ended up drinking 2 of these beer towers, about 7 beers each altogether. He's not a big drinker, so he was a little more than tipsy when we decided to call it a night and head home. We live really close by, so we walked to and from the bowling alley since we figured we were going to be drinking. On that 15-minute walk home, he was doing the casual mushy I love you and other cute things, and he tells me while giggling things took a bit of a turn when he started talking about how much he enjoys our sex. He's always told me that we have an amazing sex and that he can't get enough. But in his drunken state, he told me something different. He said, you're the third best I've ever had. I stopped walking for a second and just stared at him in disbelief. Alex just looks at me, giggles again, and kisses me, thinking he was just saying that on purpose to agitate me a bit like he does, but not really meaning it. I laugh it off and we keep walking. Once we get home and sit on our front porch, he brings it back up. I really do mean it though, babe. You're amazing, but I have had better than you before. Oh no! Nigga, what are you doing? I was confused and I was mad, embarrassed, and offended at the same time. I asked him what the hell he was saying to me and if he was being serious. He started crying and told me that he had a one-night stand before he met me with some woman that was like a sex goddess. Oh, shit. Nigga, shut your fucking mouth. I see why he doesn't drink. I can see why he don't drink. Because he don't shut up. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, even if you've had better, you don't say that you had better. Come on, Like, That's just, that's kind of just respect in relationships 101. Like I don't need to know that you've had, a Chad Thundercock or a Tyrone stretching your shit out before you met me. I don't need to know that. You lie to me and say that I'm the biggest you've had. The fuck are we talking about? And I lie and I say, oh man, your coochie's the tightest coochie ever. Like, nigga, we lie. Yeah, and if I'm being honest with you, I appreciate the lie. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, tell me I'm the greatest, even if I'm not. Like, come on, man. This shit. You can tell me I have a small dick when we break up. Like, you know what I mean? God damn it, man. We lie. That's crazy. All right. He also mentioned a past fling with a guy when they were both teenagers and experimenting with drugs. Wow. Oh, man. Not only was there a sex goddess, but he was a fudge packer, too. God damn it. Both of these confessions took me completely off guard because he never in our time together mentioned anything about being bi-curious or anything like that, let alone promiscuous sex. My commitment to Alex is starting to change now, though, and haven't been able to look at him all day and avoided him. I'm having second thoughts about following through with a marriage if he'll always think of me as a third place prize. That's crazy. Even if I did think there was something about Alex that wasn't as good as a past relationship, I wouldn't openly tell him. Facts! Thank you. See, she knows. She's like, come on, man. In my college days, I was getting ganked down by some motherfuckers, man. And these dudes were drenching me. And like, come on, you think you the best? No. You know what I mean? I've had some horse cock in my days. Like, what are we talking about? But you're the best, babe. You're the best. You're the biggest I've ever had. Like, come on, man. We lie. Like, come on. God damn. I wouldn't openly tell him that. And I thought he was as hot, handsome, has a small dick, etc. That just seems kind of mean and feels a little malicious, or both. Am I the asshole for reconsidering the engagement? Woo! Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. And see, I'm a proponent for staying together, keeping the relationships together, because I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that there's, once you hear the information, it's hard to like unhear it. And that could really affect things, you know what I mean? Especially if like he's praising some other girl that, he had a one night stand with or whatever. And I mean, you might be thinking like, oh shit, does he know this girl? Does he see her? And then, is he secretly gay? We've got that so many times on the show. You have no idea how many times on this show I've gotten a girl write in and say, my husband is secretly gay. It is mind-blowing the amount of times. Like, I got to go back and fucking count. I've done over 200 episodes of this show now, and I got to go back and fucking count the amount of times that I've gotten that story just in different variations and different varieties and all kinds of shit. It's wild to me the amount of dudes who get married, not into relationships, they get married and they know that they like men. It's wild to me. I'm like, yo. And then, some guys, they do it for religious reasons, and then some guys do it for vanity reasons or family or whatever the case may be. But still, it's like, bruh, it's, like, maybe don't get into a relationship with a girl, like, or don't marry her, like, don't get the chick's hopes up, like, and then it's one of those things where they're married for like 5-6 years and she's just like, oh my God, my man loves pussy. And he's just like, God, I need a penis, and you're like, whoa, just saying, crazy. So I get it. She's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, is my dude secretly gay, and am I gonna get married to a guy who 5 years down the line is just like, you know what, Grinder sounds pretty good right now, and then she's just like, what the fuck? I've already had a kid with this dude. I got married to him. My life is intertwined with this guy, and he out here, trying to get some booty hole. And it's like, damn. Like, for a woman, that sucks, because it's just like, what the hell? She probably would feel like her whole entire marriage, relationship, life at that point would be a lie, because it's just like, who the fuck did I marry? And who would I spend the last, 8-9 years with? Yeah, you know what I mean? They're probably, married for 5 and together for 3 type shit. So it's like, what? So yeah, that might be a relationship you might want to, get out of. Yeah. Because there's just too much risk in that relationship. You know what I mean? There's just too much risk. And like I said, I get it. Hey, I'm a supporter for, if you want to be homosexual, you want to do all that stuff, you know what I mean? Do it. But don't get in a marriage with a woman knowing that, you know what I mean, your desires are for the same sex. That's just where I'm at in that. You know what I mean? Like, why you gonna put that girl through all that? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, she feels like, fuck, I could have been with a guy who actually, likes vagina and actually wants my, kid. And I'm not saying that they don't want their kid, but you never know. They might not. It's, woo. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, because fuck, man. Woo! God damn. Okay. Am I wrong? Is it wrong to worry about my boyfriend's loyalty over suspicious test results? Oh. All right. While he was in the shower, a notification popped up on his phone from his doctor. STD test results urgent. My heart sank. I didn't open it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Why would he need an STD test if we've been exclusive? When he came out, I casually asked, is everything okay? He froze for a second before saying, yeah, it's nothing. But his voice was shaky, and I could feel something wasn't right. The next day, I brought it up again. I saw the notification. I'm not trying to invade your privacy, but is there something I should know? Instead of explaining, he got defensive. Why are you even asking? Why do you not trust me? I told him I just wanted reassurance, but he shut me down and said I was overreacting. Now I'm left wondering if I crossed the line, or is there more to the story that he's not telling me? Oh, shit. Yeah, your man's cheating on you. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, he bought some coochie. And that's what it was. Guarantee you he bought the coochie. It wasn't a thing where he met a girl, or he knows somebody from work or what. Nah. My man's bought that coochie. That's what happened. He bought it. And then, I guarantee you he bought it. His dick wasn't feeling right. He was like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? So then when he went and got a test, was hoping that it was, not something crazy. And I guarantee you, for one, your man's cheating on you, and 2, he bought whatever he was cheating on you with. And that's what it was. He's buying some coochie. That nigga was buying it. Because if he was just smashing some girl that he knew or that he met or whatever, he wouldn't get a STD test. No, he would just kind of trust that the girl is, straight and everything like that. You wouldn't meet somebody at like, say, your job or whatever, and you guys click and have a good time, and then you guys happen to have sex, and then you're like, oh my God, I gotta get an STD test. No, you don't do that. You just trust that the person is clean, But if you out here buying it, then that means obviously there's a price tag on it. And as long as you got the money to cover that price tag, well, then you can get in the door, and there's a lot of dirty motherfuckers out there, and she might have some, but she just kind of takes something to keep it down, so it's not noticeable, whatever the case may be. And then you go sliding up in there, and then before you know, you wake up in the morning and your dick is hurting when you pee, so yeah. yeah, I just get up out of that relationship because for one, he's cheating, and two, he bought his coochie. He bought that coochie. And then on top of that, like I said, I'm a proponent for keeping the relationships together, but hey, if my man's got something, you don't want to get it. You don't want to get it. And if he's getting defensive and he doesn't want to show you the test and all that kind of shit, all right, cool, man, peace. Cool, man, peace. You know what I mean? You can go take your dirty dick somewhere else, because I'm keeping this Jana nice and clean. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't. I'm going to give it to somebody who ain't out here buying, coochie like that. Which, if I'm being real, is kind of tough. Like, there's a lot of guys that buy coochie nowadays. It's kind of crazy. I work with a lot of those dudes, and I'm like, yeah, you do that? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's great, man. It's fantastic. You should do it. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't know about all that. I can't really fathom buying it. I just can't, because it's like, I don't know. For me, I look at it like my dick wouldn't be able to get hard. I would sit there and pay her, and then she's just like, okay, let's do it. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, let me see if I can get it working, because I don't know. For me, there's just there's no passion. There's no, like that heat and that buildup. You know what I mean? I like it when there's some buildup, when there's some heat. We're just going at it. We're just lusting for each other type shit. You know what I mean? That is what gets me just hop. I can't just sit there and pay it and then I'm like, cool, I'm ready. Some guys can. Like I said, I know a lot of dudes that I work with. A lot of dudes do that shit. And I'm just like, and I get it, because we work long hours. We work in a warehouse. We don't really, see people like that and shit. We're not in the public and stuff. So a lot of these guys, they got a bunch of money, but, they don't really have free time to go meet girls and stuff. So they just kind of pay for it. And I'm like, look, man, I'll take the shitty ass day naps all day long. If I'm being real with you, that's too much. That's too much. But yeah, your man's buying coochie and he's cheating on you. You might as well get up out of there before you get something. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. All right, am I the asshole for shutting out my brother after he almost had sex with my girlfriend? Ooh, that ain't your brother. All right, I 17 male was always close to my younger brother 16 male. Even though our age gap is really small, I was always his protector because he struggled with a lot of stuff. He's always been bullied and was always chubby, even though he eats well and does move around. He just can't lose the weight, something he hates because it made him a target for bullies forever. He's got special anxiety too, and is just really hard on himself. So I took it upon myself to be his best friend and his brother, and I ran off more than a few bullies over the years. He was always a priority for me, and even though we're teenagers and that doesn't always happen, I tried because I knew my brother struggled socially. Near the end of November, he had a really shitty time. A girl he liked humiliated him as a part of a prank by spending time with him because she knew that he liked her, and then mocked him for his weight and being quote unquote weird. Then a few guys tried to expose him, in the locker room and called him names. It did a number on him, and I was there. I invited him to come to a party with me and my girlfriend, 17 female. 3 weeks ago, I helped him find an outfit and stuff, and I acted like his personal cheerleader in the run-up, and I offered to introduce him to some people he might find some common interest with, which he said he was ready to try. We got there and he seemed to hit it off with one of the guys I introduced him to. I spent some time with my girlfriend and then she disappeared. I went to go check on my brother and I found the two of them together in a room on their own making out. They were as close to fully naked as you could get, and I lost it. Really? That is so surprising. Okay. I broke up with her and told her to stay the hell away from me, and I went out to my car and called my parents to take him home and told them I could not be alone in the car with him. They had me stay in the car at least, so I did, and Dad drove to pick him up and brought him home. I told our parents what happened, and they told me he wanted to apologize, but I refused to let him. My brother has tried to apologize and make it right, but I never let him finish, and I walk away. I've shut him down. My parents asked me to try and listen and forgive him, and I said no. On Christmas Eve, I told him to stop talking to me because I am done with him. I told him he didn't deserve my help anymore, and to forget about coming to me with his problems. I also said I wasted all that time with him when I could have been friends with I could have been friends. I could have been with friends who wouldn't stab me in the back. Okay. Since then, he's become so depressed and my parents are worried, but I'm not. I'm still shutting him out. I don't think I'll try to change that either. My parents told me we can't let this end our relationship, and they said he needs me. I told them that's too bad because I did so much for him, and he'd have to fuck my girlfriend if I hadn't walked in when I did. They told me that he's a kid, and I said, yeah, but I was on his side the whole time. And I chased away so many bullies for him, comfort him, listen to him, help him with his problems. I told them, as far as I was concerned, it was a waste of time, and I regret wasting my time. They told me it was a horrible way to think about my brother, and said if he hurts himself because I shut him out like this, they won't forgive me. I told them to help him because I'm done, but am I the asshole? Damn. Yeah, because you're doing this all over a girl. You know, like you're doing it over a girl who, if I'm being honest with you, probably didn't really even deserve you anyway. And if she's willing to do some shit like this, she probably really didn't even like you like that anyway. Like, let's be real here. You know what I mean? A girl that actually really likes you and that really cares about you, she wouldn't do some shit like that to you, especially not to your own brother. You know, and then I could argue that she did it as like a petty, not a petty, what is it? Like a pity thing, you know, like she did it out of pity. Like, oh, you've never kissed a girl before? Oh, well, you know, you could kiss me and like, I'll be the first girl. You know what I mean? She might have been doing some shit out of pity. And then, you know, she might have just, I don't know, it was the heat of the moment, as they say. It could have been one of those things, but still, like I said, I wouldn't go to that lengths over a girl. Let's be honest with you, man. It's a girl. Like, I would get it if, you know, they started dating or whatever and you got to see them together and shit like that. Then yeah, sure, that could be kind of tough, but I highly doubt they're dating. I highly doubt they're together or anything like that. So again, you know, take the time, be upset and be mad, but then I would come back and just be like, all right, you know, and then on top of that, asking questions and kind of getting to the bottom of it. Look, what happened? You know what I mean? Why did you guys do that? Why would you do that to me? You knew that was my girlfriend, you know? And so it's one of those things where you could try to get some answers, and that might even soothe a bit of your anger as well towards them. But again, I wouldn't destroy an entire relationship over a girl. You know what I mean? Like, a girl is kind of crazy. Like, that's just a little too much, if I'm being honest with you. That's why I do think you're the asshole, just because it's like, bro, you're going to have many other girlfriends in your life. You're going to meet so many other women. You're only 17, dude. You know, like, as a guy who has damn near, you know, 10 plus more years on you, trust me, you're going to meet a lot of girls in your life. You're going to date a lot of girls. You're going to, you know, experience a lot of relationships. This girl right here, guarantee you she didn't really like you all that much. She was probably just dating you for the time being, you know, or you were just there. You know, it could have been a lot of things. But I guarantee you this girl didn't like you like that. You know, she was probably doing it out of like a pity thing for your brother. And it's just, that's kind of how I see it. I don't really see this being a reason why you should end your relationship with your brother because of that. You know, the bitches will come and go, man. You know what I mean? But your brother's going to be forever. And that's kind of how that goes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments and all of the scenarios we've gone over today. That is going to be today's episode, man. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching if you have gotten this far. Again, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. Get on there for that exclusive episode every single Friday. If you want episodes like this every single Friday, definitely get on there, man. $3 a month. Get it involved with the threads as well as sending in your scenarios like these people did to be featured on Tuesdays and Sunday shows. Definitely get in there, man. You know what I mean? Try to create a community over there and, have you guys really more involved in the show. And, if you're an audio listener, since this is the free Patreon episode for January, definitely rate the show 5 stars. Keep downloading the episodes. Appreciate all the support you guys have shown over the last year. We've been doing this show for almost a year and a half, which is super awesome. I'm so excited to get into this new year with you guys. It's going to be the same show that you guys know and love. If you guys have suggestions on changing the show and, adding things and doing new things, definitely let me know. I'd love to go over some stuff with you guys. And that's pretty much going to be it. Yeah. All right. Love you guys all. I will see you on Tuesday, and peace.